And we're live. Well, we're live anyway. But anyway, let's begin with YouTube news. Well, not really YouTube news, but with video game news with me. Anyway, your host, Old School Media. But anyway, we're again looking at the AT Games console here. We're not going to be doing too much on here. Let's see here. Well, we're at it. But in YouTube news, EA has unleashed 2 games for their PlayStation 4 and Xbox. Obviously, any of you guys who are interested in ordering the game Anthem, unless you bought the pre-order version, you actually get to access the game today. But for those of you who only bought the $59 version and didn't get the pre-order, you have to actually wait for the release date. So EA is kind of doing a weird double thing. At the same time, the guys who made the one game, Titanfall 2 and Titanfall, they released a free-to-play game right now for PlayStation 4 that you can also play. It is done by EA. You all know my opinion on EA, but I just thought I would bring it up. And another interesting story for video games. The creator of Pokemon, I didn't know this either, but he actually came out and did a little article about him on the art of autism. He is actually autistic and wanted to create a video game that helps other people who are on the autistic spectrum. And even if you're a person who claims you're normal, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I just thought it interesting, and I thought I'd add it to the video game news, how Satoshi Tajiri created the video game Pokemon, which has exploded into this big phenomenon here in the West and in Japan, and has been one of Nintendo's biggest cash cows. But Mr. Tajiri actually started his life out at doing his own thing in Nintendo. Basically, he flunked high school, started collecting video games and arcade machines, and he worked on a video game magazine called Game Freak. And you all probably noticed Game Freak when you've played any Pokemon games. I've never played Pokemon, so I didn't even watch the TV show or read any of the manga or any of that stuff, but I just thought I'd add this out here. For anyone who's interested, I will put the website in the link in the description after the end of this video, but I just thought I would try to get over some of these some of the video game news, just give you guys an idea of what the heck's going on here, and mess around on this freaking arcade machine. Looks like someone's attacking it. I think it's the power cord for this thing. Yeah, it's the dang on power cord. Alright, we're gonna have to pull the controller out. But anyway, and in other video game news, there's a new game for the that just came out. It was created by the guys who created Paladins. They brought a new free-to-play battle royale game called Realm Royale. It's similar to Fortnite and a lot of the other battle royale. And also that EA game that came out is also like a battle royale type game. For those of you who like battle royale, you'll all probably enjoy it. I am not a big fan of battle royale games. I get tired of them every year. I only downloaded it because I got the Season 2 pass for free from PlayStation Plus. So I'm not going to complain. And in other news, between February from this year, and PlayStation 3 and PS Vita games will no longer be offered on PlayStation Plus. So unless you own a PS4 system that can back up the PlayStation Plus for your Vita, and those of you who own physical copies rather than digital, they will no longer be offering games on the store, which is a very sad day for any PS Vita game owners, me included, because I love my PS Vita. Actually, my PS Vita case is what's holding this device up for filming, since I'm too cheap to buy a camera and expensive recording stuff. But But this is oh well, but most of this is also. And in other news, well, probably some of you have probably already seen this if you go into your PlayStations or other consoles or any of that, and decided to look for yourselves. As for people on Xbox, I have no idea what's going to come out for Xbox users. There seems to be a theme that Dreamcast guy was talking about yesterday where Microsoft might be going third party and putting their stuff out there for any of you Nintendo Switch owners. Yeah, so you might get Cuphead, maybe Crackdown 3, or any of the other Microsoft games on the Nintendo Switch platform, because if the Xbox 2, as they're calling it, fails to dominate this next console cycle after the PlayStation 5, then it's going to be the end of, not really the end of that, because Microsoft makes a lot of software and a lot of stuff for PC. They've always been kind of the PC company, so it probably won't hurt them. The original Xbox was a creation, and then the Xbox 360 was the most dominated. Between the 360 and the PlayStation 3 were the most dominating PlayStation. The PlayStation and the Xbox 360 were the most dominated consoles in the market. Although the Wii did sell a lot, and Nintendo likes to do this thing where they like to overhype the console by making it only sending out a limited number of units, which is caused a lot of issues with the consoles. There's nothing wrong with the Wii. If you still have your Wii, I applaud you for even keeping a thing like that in 2019. But actually, if you're thinking about retro consoles though, and you want something a little more retro-y and old school, then look no further to the older Game Boy and its a family lineup like the Game Boy Advanced. These consoles are easy to get your hands on. They may be a little bit more expensive nowadays. Sometimes they'll be refurbished and because the screen got damaged, which happens a lot with people playing them. Or you can get a Nintendo DS or DSi. This is a DS Lite. These consoles are pretty simple to get your hands on. The only thing that's missing is the cover port for the Game Boy Advance cartridge slot, but you can get them anywhere. If you're lucky enough to have a game exchange in your area, I'd say look there. Or if you're looking for something that takes you back to the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, you can get a My Arcade system. I've done a review on this console itself. In fact, some of the ports on this for Bad Dudes and all the other Data East games do a little bit better than the ports for the AT games console. There's not a lot of a slowdown, I should say. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not as bad of a slowdown, but the thing requires either rechargeable batteries or something that lasts a long time, because otherwise you're going to be ending up with a bunch of, I don't know. You'll be running out of batteries fast because it takes 4 batteries inside of it. But this will be all for the video game news with Old School Media. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I will see you in the next video. As a little bit of an update, I will be attempting to drop the Rise and Fall of Mumkey Jones. I did a trailer for it just to kind of see reactions. It's been mostly positive, so I'm going to attempt to release a video. It's probably not going to be completely scripted, so you guys will see that. And thanks for watching.